So now you have to build, this is from a father to a daughter. You be thinking, so now I'm super locked in. I be knowing what time it is. I be trying to tell you. So now you gotta stop trying to be with the trend and set the trend. That's what I'm saying. Like, you don't get it. Set the fucking trend. Guess what? You stand out. The reason why Laura London and all these girls stand out is because they're fucking natural.
I kind of agree. What's up, my gang? Oh my god, I'm like hot. Oh my, and there's a Applejack in my shirt. I literally just finished blow drying my hair. Obviously, it's wash day, and I've already done the washing part. I've already done most of everything. I just need to style it, and I wanted to style it and talk. Where's my phone? What are we chit-chatting about today? I was scrolling on TikTok. This was actually a while ago. I was scrolling on TikTok and I seen this video.
So now you have to build, this is from a father to a daughter. You be thinking, so now I'm super locked in. I be knowing what time it is. I be trying to tell you. So now you gotta stop trying to be with the trend and set the trend. That's what I'm saying. Like, you don't get it. Set the fucking trend. Guess what? You stand out. The reason why Laura London and all these girls stand out is because they're fucking natural.
I was talking about that.
And my first thought was,
I kind of agree.
I was like, I gotta make a video about this. This has been one of my video ideas. I like to write down my video ideas, put them in my notes or whatever. One video idea being, what is it like to be natural? And then also talk about, like, I completely 100% understand and agree with being natural is not for everyone. But some of y'all are on the wrong side. Some of y'all need to be natural. When I say natural, I think natural is just like a word that we have made, like, you know, the natural hair community and wearing your natural hair. I kind of want to deviate from that word per se, because like natural, like even if you're wearing, you know, your hair straight, like you're still natural. Like I've been natural all my life, I haven't worn my curly hair all my life. In this instance, like when I say natural in this video, really moving forward, when I say natural, I just mean your hair on your head, regardless if you're wearing it curly, wearing it straight, the hair on your head is natural to me, because really you're manipulating your hair however you think about it. If you're wearing it curly, if you're wearing it straight, like you have to manipulate it some way. Ain't nobody that looks like me just waking up and going out the door without, you know, if they have some type of hair on their head. I seen that video a while ago and I screen recorded it and I was like, I'm gonna make a video about it. I haven't really said anything. I haven't, my battery, let me go grab a battery for my camera. I don't even know what I was saying, but just so y'all know what I used today, show y'all everything I used. Then I blow dried my hair and here we are. I'm gonna just do my really simple, quick blowout, my like favorite blowout style that I like to do. Just 4, you won't see, but 4 simple braids, and then I like to put the flexi rods on the end. I think this time though, instead of like just brushing this down and doing a braid, I think I'm gonna actually like braid this down, like braid it down. Down. Ani, what are you chewing on? What is... Oh, Lord have mercy. To complete this style, I'm gonna use my double buttercream. I love this cream. I just haven't used it in a minute. So I seen it, I said, let me just grab it. So yeah, y'all saw the video. Let me know your thoughts. What do you think? Because the comments of the video was saying like, ew, he's doing too much, that type of vibe. And I told you, like, my first thought was like, okay, I kind of, but the comments were completely different from mine. So I was like, this is kind of something I want to talk about. And that was a while ago. So I just recently seen a video by, I don't want to say her name incorrectly, but you know, one of those channels that you watch one video and you're subscribed for life. Like, that's very rare for me. Like, if I watch one video, it takes me a minute to subscribe to somebody's channel, but I seen this video and I was like, dope conversation, dope like editing. I love the way she put it together, how she like framed her talking points too. I love that. And I watched a couple of her other videos and it was top tier. I said, okay, I'm subscribed. That's the best compliment on YouTube, period. And it just kind of got me thinking, like, you know, how do I feel about this conversation? And I know my viewpoints. I guess I just wanted to kind of share them today. Hopefully I can do my hair and talk about it. It's not gonna be perfect, and it doesn't have to be. That's one thing I've just learned to accept, like, doing my own hair, it's not gonna be perfect. So I did make some notes. I really liked how her video was just so put together, because I feel like mine, I just be talking. Like, I think of an idea and I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna just talk about it. And I tried to make like some type of bullet points, but it don't ever really work like that. What is like being natural? If you're on the wrong side, we're gonna figure out by the end of this video if you're on the wrong side. I feel like I was on the wrong side for a minute. My confidence, my hair was just like way healthier when I stopped straightening my hair. Straightening my hair was just not for me. Once I got over it, because I guess at one point in my life it was for me. I'm gonna just talk about like what my perspective of like being natural is. Is it for everybody? It's not for everyone, like we know that, but I think a lot of girls are out here copying and paste what they see on social media and applying it to real life, and it's not translating. It might look good on paper, but it's not translating out here in the real world. I'm gonna go through the cons a little bit of being natural. Child, number one con for sure is like you cannot depend on your natural hair for nothing. Like if you want a specific result, like just know that 9 times out of 10 you're not gonna get it. And that's just natural hair for you, yo. Like, in any aspect. First thing that comes to my head right now, just talking about it, when I went to get my hair cut for the first time when my hair was curly, I just thought like a haircut was gonna really like transform my hair into this beautiful shape, and I was just gonna absolutely love my curls after that, and ended up being really, it's something that needed to happen, but the results was nothing that I wanted. Weekly, I go through this, just doing wash and goes and them not turning out as perfect as I want. Of course, like with time, it's gotten better. I get more results that are desirable now because I've like learned and I'm figuring it out. Still figuring it out, but I've figured out a lot thus far. Weather is not on your side. My trips lately, wearing my natural hair, like I was picturing it to look a certain way and that was just not the case. That's just natural hair for you. Talk about trying to get rid of expectations, which is something that I am working on. Just having expectations in life. Oh, life is, it 9 times out of 10 doesn't go as planned. That's a huge life lesson that I'm still trying to learn today. So I guess really only 2 cons I could think of. Please let me know if you have any cons that you would like to share, because I would love to know. Because maybe I'm a little biased. I feel like the pros outweigh the cons. Another one is time management. Like me doing my hair like 98% of the year. I do get braids sometimes, and that's usually just like once a year. Relying on yourself and having time management, planning ahead. Sometimes I wish I could just scroll on Pinterest and be like, oh, I'm gonna do this hairstyle. I'm gonna tell my hairstylist to hook me up with this hairstyle this week, or oh, I'm gonna try this, I'm gonna try this, I'm gonna try that. Like having natural hair, doing self hair care, it's like you have to learn. First, you gotta learn what works for your hair, and then you have to like repeatedly keep doing that style so you can get it down, because my first wash and go definitely isn't comparable to my wash and goes now, and that does have some to do with how I've learned how to do my hair. Like tips and tricks I've learned, but also my hair has changed and it's kind of used to being styled that way. Having natural hair and having to do your natural hair, it's like you're limited to certain styles and like relying on yourself to do your hair, because again, it's like time management. Like I don't have time to be doing all these extravagant styles every week, because I wash my hair every week. You know what? It's a wash and go, or it's a twist out. Or it's this style that I told you I'm gonna do while I talk to you that I'm not doing. Which kind of, you know, it kind of brings some simplicity to my life. But again, you know, that's one thing I miss out on. Like I miss, well actually I've never even been that type of girl to get crazy, like different hairstyles all the time. But that's something that like when I'm on Instagram and I see girls that do that, it's like, oh, that's dope. Like switching up your hairstyle all the time, that's dope. But that's not me. That's just not me. Not some of y'all too, but we see other people doing it and we're like, oh, okay, that can translate to me on me as well, and it's not working. And then trying to be someone you're not it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking, it's time consuming, it's too much for the heart, okay? It's too much for the heart. Did y'all see that tweet that's like, it's the heart beating? And it's like, dang, like if my heart already works this hard when I'm not stressed, like I don't even want to stress it out, because it looks like it's doing a lot already. That's where I'm at right now. Like I am not trying to add unnecessary stress to my life. I had a hair tie. I think my dog took it. But the problems to me are definitely worth it. And to a lot of other curly girls out there, they obviously, I mean, gotta be. If you know, I would hope people are doing their hair and loving that they're doing their hair. And if you're not, then that is probably a sign for change. But not if you're first getting started. It's going to be difficult when you're first, you know, trying to teach yourself something and do something different. But if you've been doing your hair for years and it's like, oh, I'm not into this. Like I know deep down in my soul that wash and goes are not for me. Getting up every Sunday morning to wash my hair and do a wash and go like that is too much for me. It's draining. I don't look forward to it at all. Like those, if you feel like that is, I would not recommend it for you. You know, like this is, to me, for me, this is a time for self-care, period. This is just a time for self-care and I look forward to it. It is something that I enjoy, which, you know, that can be a pro. Another pro is that it's different. Like I do not stand out in a way that's like, oh, I'm better than everybody, I'm more important than everybody. Like never that. But in a way like, you know, when I go to a party, oh, okay, I'm like one of 3 other people here that are rocking their curly hair. That's pretty dope. It's not something that is for everyone, and it's kind of cool that it's for me. That is something that I can't handle. It's something that I have been committed to this long, and you know, my hair looks good. Like usually when I go on girl trips, I'm the only one there rocking the natural curly hair. I do have a friend that has locks, and I feel like that's considered natural. But I am the girl that's in the bathroom trying to stretch her curls out or trying to redefine some curls before we go out. Like that's me. And I gotta travel with some products. I gotta travel with a blow dryer. I have to travel with a bonnet and a silk pillowcase and some silk scrunchies and some extra bobby pins and some extra hair ties just in case I need to throw it in a bun. Like that is one thing. If you're traveling with curly hair, make sure you bring a brush and some gel and some bobby pins and some hair ties to put your hair in a bun, because you probably gonna need that for sure. I need another hair tie. Talking about hair ties. So the opposite of the con of solely depending on yourself, I feel like is a con and a pro. I don't have to, you know, hit up these nasty hairstyles that y'all be talking about, because y'all be going in about these hairstylists. The essays that they have about what you can't do and all the fees and da-da-da-da-da. And I do have a braider, but she is family. She's a friend. She's a friend's sister, but she's family. I love her. I adore her. She's the only girl that's been braiding my hair for at least the past 3 years. I don't know. She's gonna be my braider for life, period. I don't care how much she charges me, period. I will double it just because I love her that much. She kills it every time. If I have braids in my hair, she did them, okay? I do have experiences though, going to people, like first of all, finding them on Instagram and then meeting them in person, and it's just, the vibe just be weird. Like, it just be weird. I don't know you, meeting people for the first time and then you in my hair, like, I don't know. And then you don't know what type of energy people gonna bring, what type of spirit they have, and then they gonna be all in your hair. Like, that's just so intimate to me, and I'm not knocking it at all because I completely understand. I understand doing self-hair care is not for everyone. If you're watching this video though, it's probably for you. If you're not already doing it, if you're considering it, it's probably for you, because I remember I would watch videos like this before I was able to do all this, yo. Like, not too long ago I did this style for the first time, and now it's one of my favorite styles. Depending on myself, I love that. I love that I know how to do my hair. That is like the best pro of it all, knowing how to do your hair. Because even if I am on vacay and my hair messes up, because your hair can mess up even if someone else did it, like a style can mess up whenever, but like natural hair is just, sometimes it's gonna happen, because natural hair mixed with humidity, mixed with doing too much, mixed with, you know, forgetting a bonnet, it's just disaster. I was in New York, my hair was messed up. It was chef's kiss, and then it was messed up because of the humidity, but then I had some gel and I had some custard, I think, and I was able to fix it, and I did it that morning and was able to go to that event that day, and it looked the bump. What's another pro? You let me know. Let me know some other pros of being natural. I cannot really speak on the fact of wearing wigs and wearing weaves. I think I've had 2 sew-ins in my life, and I've had a headband wig that I wore once that my boyfriend will never ever let go of, because I had like this, it just wasn't working, okay? So that's really my only experience. And then other than that, when I was younger, of course my mommy did my hair, you know, I had the cute little pigtails or whatever. And then after, I think like once I reached high school, my mom was just kind of like, do whatever. And of course that was at the time, oh, I'm gonna straighten my hair so I can look like everybody else. I went to a white school. I was like one out of the 10 black girls there who had long straight hair. And if they didn't have that, they were wearing braids. And if they didn't wear braids, they were wearing weaves. Dang, now I think about it, there was no natural. How cool, how dope it would have been if I was rocking my natural hair back then. That'd have been so cool. Like, she really different. She's so different. Which again, it's not the point of it, but how cool it would have been to show like that type of acceptance of myself instead of just following what everybody else is doing. So let me say this about the TikTok video. First of all, he brought up, let me watch it.
Tonight, you have to build, this is from a father to a daughter. You be thinking, I'm super locked in. I be knowing what time it is. I be trying to tell you. Tonight, you gotta stop trying to be with the trend and set the trend. That's what I'm saying. Like, you don't get it. Set the fucking trend. Guess what? You stand out. The reason why Laura London and all these girls stand out is because they're fucking natural.
I was talking about that.
I'm talking about that.
Okay, one, this man said Laura London, and someone mentioned that in the comments, and I just cannot let go of that. That's so funny. 2, watching it back now and kind of having a conversation with my boyfriend and watching that video. Also just with my own thoughts in my mind, because I try not to be indecisive, but I am an indecisive person. Like, I like to, sit on the fence? Like, I like to hear both sides of arguments, or I guess disagreements, or I don't know, whatever you would call this. Like, I understand both sides. I want to hear both sides. Laura London, whoever that is, would y'all consider her natural? I feel like she wears weaves, she wears, you know what, that's not even really the point. My point is telling your daughter, oh, you need to stop doing what you're doing and be more natural like this celebrity. In itself just sounds, it kind of like, it rubs me the wrong way. It makes my stomach kind of drop a little bit. Just watching it back and hearing that. I think what I mostly agree with is the weave wearing lashes, the thick lashes has become a trend in a way that when you're on social media, like that is the main thing that you see, which I'm kind of sitting here connecting it to high school. Like I wanted to wear straight hair because everyone was wearing straight hair, and it's the human in us. Sound like I guess I'm, this is philosopher Jasmine here. It's human of us to want to fit in. Like I'm currently in this very moment trying to still figure out who I am and figure out, I might have to reread this. Life is a video game. We are avatars. This is Sims. Although I do believe some of our characteristics are already predetermined. Like some things, it's natural in us to do just because, I don't know, I think some things God just gave us to like already naturally makes us different. Really the whole point of life is to figure out, the other parts of us that we want to be. That's the fun part. Also the most difficult part is it's the saddest part, especially when you're not really figuring it out and not everything is aligning right away, which it won't. It's not gonna align right away, but it's still fun. Mistakes are gonna happen. Going curly is a journey that you're just beginning. Looking back on my journey, and it definitely wasn't a linear line of progress of like, I woke up one day and I wanted to go curly and everything just kind of worked out for me. Like, no. It was a very like slow start. It was still some back and forth at the beginning of like, no, I kind of want to straighten my hair still, or like, no, I don't think curly hair looks right on me. Like I remember that hesitation, that indecisiveness, but I still made it to where I am, and I tried to remind myself of that. Jasmine, you are trying to change something about yourself that you've never done before. Like that's hard, and it's not as easy as a video game where you can just click and press a button, which with this world it does seem like that is the case, especially with Instagram and TikTok, where you like, you're scrolling and you see people with beautiful hair and it's like, oh well, I use this product and this product, like go buy this product. You think it's instant, like if I just buy this then boom, I got it. But it's still not the case, no matter how deceptive social media has become, or just is, period. I'm gonna try to tie it back into this video. What we predominantly see on Instagram, which is girls that look like this, girls that look like this, and it's gorgeous, it's giving. It is like these girls are pretty, and they're getting that attention, and they're getting that security, they're getting the acceptance that we're all looking for, searching for. And we think, okay, well, if I can go get my lashes done, if I can do this, then I can become something that's closer to this image that I'm seeing. I'm here to tell you, if you don't already know, the image that you're trying to get to is something that isn't you. That girl looks gorgeous with that shirt on, but does that mean you need this shirt? It's kind of like what Instagram and TikTok is giving, especially with all of these advertisements and all this, like, now you can shop on YouTube and now you can shop on da-da-da-da. It's like, first of all these complaints that I'm seeing about everybody being broke, nobody should be buying nothing when they're scrolling. Like, nobody. Oh, I can barely afford the things that I want to buy. I don't need other people pushing things on me that they, just so they can get commission on it. Things that I wasn't even thinking about, just because like, oh, well, I use this product and it did this for me, so you really need it. Like, what I really need is some toilet paper. Get off the internet, period. That's really what the bottom line is. You have to find out what works for you through experiences only you can go through. Yes, you can get inspiration from Pinterest, and like I love Pinterest, by the way. I try not to scroll a lot, which is like I said, get off the internet. Sometimes you just need to get off social media for real. Comparison, it just naturally happens when you're looking at other people, especially when you're in a low place and just like not feeling yourself at all. When I find myself in those type of spaces, being on any type of social media is just not for me. And yes, I make videos, and yes, I'm a content creator. I really hate that word, I don't know why, but Sometimes I make my content, I edit, and I upload. I try my best to not watch other videos that are like mine, so I don't have to try to feel like, oh, I need to become more like this thing, because it just naturally happens. I'll be watching a hair video, I'll be like, oh, I really like how she does that. How can I make my videos more like that? No, Jasmine, stop. Like, you're straying away from your originality, which is like, we're out here trying so hard to be different. The only thing that's making you different is you being yourself, because you're one of one. One of one. Just like Laura London. Gorgeous girl, like gorgeous. But telling your daughter, like, you need to be more like her. How is that? That's literally like going back on what you're saying about, oh, well, you're following all these trends, oh, but you need to be following someone that's more natural. Like, natural has had its ups and downs and trends. Having curly hair has become a trend, and becoming natural was a trend, if not still a trend. Figuring out who you are and being that person is hard. What makes it even harder is when we're on Instagram, we're on TikTok, and we're seeing all these people that seem to have their lives together. And I hope we have all come to a consensus that you only see what people show you when it comes to the internet, and it seems like, oh my god, everything is perfect, I need to be more like this person. Like, no, that is not. You're getting further from the purpose of this life. So when I do see all the thick lashes, like everyone feeling like they need to wear lashes, and I actually went to, oh my god, thinking about it, I went and I got my lashes done, and I absolutely hated it, yo. I hated it so bad. And just thinking like, what made me want to do that? I don't know. Even sometimes now I'll see someone with some nice lash sets or doing like the individuals at home or whatever, and I'm like, I love that. And then I do it, and then I'd be like, oh my god, I hate this. Why? I hate it. First of all, the glue, I don't know how y'all do it. I don't know how you do it, but it works for some people, and it's okay with trying it out. Again, like, you're not gonna know until you experience it, but some things, they just looked forced, and I feel like we know intuitively when things are being forced. Like, if I were to go put a wig on my head, like, that just wouldn't feel, I don't want to say natural. It wouldn't feel natural to me. No, it just wouldn't feel like me. Like, that's just not me. I'm not a wig girly. How long have I been talking? If you do wear lashes and eventually you really like, okay, I don't really like spending $100 every 2 weeks, because y'all be, where y'all getting this money from? Where do y'all work? And hire me. But it's something that you become used to. I have friends that, you know, they wear lashes and they're like, oh my god, I absolutely hate my face now. Which is another reason why I've kind of deteriorated away from it too. Because what you mean you don't like your face now? What you mean you can't go without getting your lashes done? What does that mean? And how do I stay away from that? Because, you know, sometimes I don't have the money for that, and I don't want to get it done. Even though really it's the glue. It's the glue that I just can't. If this video was all over the place, thank you for watching. Just thank you for watching. If you're commenting, if you're, you know, putting your opinion in it, I appreciate it, and I'm gonna respond. I was a little hesitant about this video just because I also don't want to come off as like, oh, she doesn't like well, like, yeah, me personally, I don't like wearing lashes on myself, but I don't like telling people what to do, because at the end of the day, people are gonna do what they want to do. So like, do have a conversation with his daughter. Like, your daughter's gonna do what she wants to do. Like, I understand you having a conversation. One, I feel like it should have been just worded a different way. Sanaya, you got it. Sanaya. You know, maybe that is her personality, maybe that is her style, but some of y'all, it's not. Some of y'all, it's not. It's just not. It's just not. And we realized that later. Like, why was I wearing that? Why was I doing all that? Because I seen somebody else doing it. Let's bring some awareness to ourselves. 10 years from now, I might do a whole 180 and be like, I love wigs, wig me up, and that can be that on that. My battery just died. The lighting is getting terrible. All signs that I should be wrapping this video up. If you're trying to make change in your life, it's going to be difficult, but that shouldn't be the reason that you shouldn't continue with what you're doing. If you feel like making that change is what is right for you, then it probably is. And if it's not, then that will become apparent too. Trusting yourself is, you know, the biggest thing with this life thing. Instagram is toxic. Let me grab my book, matter of fact. I love it. And I actually haven't even finished reading it. This is how much I've read, which is crazy because I've been reading it for a minute. It's just one of those books like hold on, you coming for me a little too much. Slow down. Social media is actually making us more emotionally disconnected. Consistently consuming sound bites of people's lives leads us to piece together, what are you doing, Bob? Leads us to piece together a particular idea of reality, one that is far from the truth. We develop such anxiety surrounding social media and whether or not we're really living up to the standards expected of us that we begin to prioritize screen time over real life face time. As beings who require human intimacy, romantic or not, to survive, it is becoming a more and more detrimental force in our culture. My last point, literally my last point on here. Go touch some grass. Everything does not need to be aesthetically pleasing. It is impossible. The reason we think it's possible is because we see these get ready with me's, these quick little vlogs on TikTok, whatever. I even see myself doing it sometimes when I'm creating content. Like, no, like this has to be aligned perfect. The lighting has to be perfect. It has to look good in order for me to get my likes, get my views, get my subscribers, which, you know, that's the business side of me. But also it's detrimental to whoever's watching if the influencer, the content creator is not being transparent. It can come off very like, okay, everything is perfect in this person's life, and we have to stop assuming that. We have to, first of all, stop scrolling as much because it's something that our mind just it does without you even realize it. Back to the lash conversation, the weave / wigs conversation. These top influencers, which I love, some of them I really do like, they're inspiring. I'm not gonna say any names because I just, you know, I ain't trying to deter nobody from my channel, you know, because some let me shut up. Y'all know the ones I'm talking about though, the pretty girls that is just, you know, I ain't gonna say, you know, what they're famous for because it, you know, it varies from person to person, but one of the reasons is because they're pretty, they're gorgeous. I can look at this girl all day type of influencer. They have the lashes, they have the nails, they have the hair, and it looks good. This picture looks good. Oh, you know what? I want to take better pictures. Maybe I need to start doing this to myself. That is just, it's scary. And I'm right there with you, trapped in this. Are we living in real life? Is social media a part of real life? Like, because it is something that we go to every day. Is YouTube social media? I guess I would say that. But even though I am posting on here, I really do try my best to post more than I consume, which I feel like should go for anyone, even if you're not trying to become a content creator. Put your own perspective out there before trying to consume. I'm trying to think of another word. Trying to just intake everybody else's. Your perspective as, you know, a regular person that you probably think you are, because really we're all regular can be more relatable to someone, and it can reach girls that are younger than us, which, you know, a lot of times I do hope that my videos reach girls that are younger than me. They can see a different perspective of the world, and it doesn't all have to be weaves, lashes, wigs, because I'm also not a huge makeup person. Like, I went out last night and every girl had makeup on. I didn't even think about putting no makeup on. Like, this is not bragging rights. Sometimes it'd be too far to like not caring, that I'd be just looking like, girl, get it together. I very much am that girl. That's kind of why I like wearing my natural hair. Like, you know, sometimes it looks messy. I don't care. That's just kind of my look sometimes. That is not always what we see on social media. Now, they're out there. It's not really what's making the money right now. You feel me? Like, it's not the trend right now. You know, that's where I'm gonna end it. Be grateful for where you're at. There are people out here that's like, dang, I wish I was living like her. Isn't that crazy? There's things that you have that people are praying for, and you know, you might be that person that's praying for what other people have, but just practice having gratitude every single day. I'm gonna redo this. I'm gonna show you all the results. I'm looking for a new hairspray. I'm actually looking for a hairspray. I wanna start using hairspray. If you could recommend a hairspray for me, I would love that. Because I think I wanna start getting into hairsprays. I feel like that's why my hair be so frizzy. If you like my vibe and you feel like someone will like my vibe, first of all, that's the dopest compliment ever. Let's send this to somebody. Share my video or whatever, and we can be besties. Much love, much peace in the world, all the peace in the world. And until next time, deuces.